So hello guys and welcome back to the Pain into Power podcast. Okay, so the sun is beaming down, so the quality of this video could be a little bit crazy. They always are a bit cray. Oh my god, I was gonna say C word, but I can't say that because I gotta be good on YouTube. So now I apologise, the quality of my videos and probably the sound is absolutely bad. And I got to remember to do you know what, why don't I just anyway, the sound and the quality might not always be 100% because I'm doing what I can with what I've got. But welcome back, and I'm in the graveyard, my favourite little place. I love this graveyard. Oh, I love it so much. It brings me so much joy. It's just absolutely magical here. I don't know what it is. I never really thought that a graveyard would be my thing, but I absolutely love it here. Anyway, so this little video today is about the fact, oh my god, a bumblebee! It's a bumblebee, although I'm a little bit shooky scared. Guys, please, I know it's only a bumble and I should not be scared of a bumble because they don't like to sting and, because they die. Okay, he's off, and hopefully he's not plotting to sneak up behind me. I don't think he cares at all. Okay, sheep, and you never know, I don't think they care. Back to the point, Chloe. So this video is basically about the fact that I actually let myself have an ice ollie. I mean, saying it out loud just sounds so silly and ridiculous. Like, it literally just reaffirms to me how silly it was that I even had this thing. But basically I had an ice ollie on a sunny day, and a year ago me would literally be in this state of can't have an ice ollie because it's a year ago today I just would have been worrying about what goes into the ice ollie. I'd have been worrying about what goes into it, and I just want to come on here and talk about this because I don't want I feel like as a collective some of us really are going now onto these spiritual awakenings and stuff like that, and I just feel like there's so much that goes on and we see and we consume as it is, and then there's so much that we actually experience internally from our own space of feeling and stuff like that, our whole experience. But it's there's so much that already goes on, and then to add this when you're spiritually awakening, I feel like there's so much people start to say to you, you feel like you're on Amazon getting crystals, do you know what I mean? It's as if you need to be all this stuff then starts coming in. And basically I just want to put this out here because if it just helps one person, because I literally, when I first started spiritually awakening, I was so obsessed with becoming this new big better version of myself. I suddenly, when you realize that light or that power in you or whatever, it's not even just that, it's when you realize oh my god, I've been living with such limiting beliefs, I've been so blinded, I've not been seeing, I've not been able to see, I've been dreaming, I've been asleep. I've been asleep, and so then you're oh, I'm so happy I'm awake, and then you're right, okay, let's go, and I literally started to then fall down some rabbit holes though about obviously realizing what's in loads of things, and just becoming awake to things, if you know what I mean, all the things that we normally don't pay much attention to, we just sort of go along everything's sound. I went on a massive spiral when it came to the stuff I was eating. I became veggie, I would not, and it wasn't even just the meat, it was more I became very plant-based, but it wasn't even just the meat, it was the fact of every single thing, and if it had the possibility to have some kind of what's the word, a toxic, if it had any toxins in it of any sort, I've bought a water filter because I'm not drinking the water, because the fluoride in the water, I've gone and got fluoride free toothpaste, I'm all over it. I've been splashing out so much cash on herbs, trying to get the right herbs in my gas so that when I have a little problem, I was getting to the point where I wouldn't even let myself have a paracetamol if I had a headache, because I'm not dealing with Big Pharma. I don't agree with Big Pharma, and I also don't trust it to do good things to my body. So many things. When it's my time in the month, I'm looking out for certain products that aren't literally, this is the stuff that I went on. I don't want to talk about it too much because I don't want to trigger anyone else, and I don't want to spiral myself anyway. So I don't want it to be a negative vibe or a negative energy, because I had a nice lolly on a sunny day. Let's bring it back. Because that is what this actually video is inspired by, is the fact that I was just thinking I let myself have a nice lolly yesterday. It was really sunny and I was just on a really good vibe, and I had a really nice day, and I've had a lovely day today as well actually, and I'll tell you why. But yesterday it was such a nice day, and I just was on my way home, and I was I really need something, I could just kill an ice lolly. An ice lolly would just be unreal right now. And then what I did is I went to the shop and I had an ice lolly, and I had a little fruit pastels twisty thing, and it's probably full of absolutely everything that I don't agree with, but I feel like it was a turning point for me. It was a full circle moment. It was a really big step, because it was just like, yeah, like, you go and have an ice lolly on a sunny day. Like, why on earth would you not, babe? And so, was that free just then? I think it was. There's definitely a man there thinking I'm crazy, but that's fine. And yeah, I just want to put this out there, because I feel like anyone else that ends up going on a spiritual journey, if you get to that point where you're like, what happens is, I was really trying to refine myself, that I was trying to refine, like, spiritually, I thought I owed it to some sort of higher power to be constantly, consistently, like, hypercritical, hyper analytical of every single thing that I was doing. Like, that is what happened to me. And I want to talk about it because I want to free myself and anyone else, like, I want to stop anyone else from even going into that, because, like, as much as I may have learned things in that, genuinely it has brought me great deep sadness, and, you know, just it's brought me great deep sadness, because my heart wants to be able to give myself all of this fresh food that's grown from the ground, and, like, nutritious actual food, real food that, like, is actually real and is alive. Like, that's why I went plant-based, because I want to eat food that is alive. And it's like, I went down every rabbit hole there possibly could be, and then it was like, I then could not apply these things. Like, I then did not know how to carry on in this life like everything's normal. I did not know how to carry on. Like, people were offering me sweets and stuff, and I'm like, I can't, and I'm like, and then, but what happened is, I took I really joy thieved, like, that I still even struggle with it now, because I can feel the conflict inside of me, but I'm glad, because I feel like I'm having this conversation now as if I'm separate from it, and I think it's because I am, like, I was in it so much, and now I feel like I'm actually out of it, like, not out of it because it's still kind of, but today I really feel strong, and I feel like yesterday I felt stronger, and the sun obviously is just curing me in every way possible. This is why I need to be away from here. But we've established that this is not my ideal environment. But it's like, I'm so at peace with the fact that this pressure will forever make me, like, it's fine. Like, it's fine. And I've also just started to say to myself, you're not gonna die if you eat that. You're gonna be fine. As much as I would rather not put it in my body, I need with all my little life to let go and just allow. Because what happened to me was, I was in a really dark time, actually, where, this is crazy to talk about, really, actually, but yeah, good stuff. Good for me, anyway. I was in a really dark time where, when I started to, so when it first happened, I was like, yes, I'm like, and I was on it, and I was like, it was like a very, not like a fear-based thing that really drew me to just, like, I was so on it, like, I wasn't having anything with anything, and I was like, I'd gone meat free. I was like, right, and literally I had the water filter, I was just I'm making, like, it's, yeah, I don't even know what I was trying to go through, because what even was I eating? Like, I literally turned around and was like, what the hell do I even eat? When you look at what is in everything, like, what do I eat? But what happened was I was then, after a while of that, it actually started to get very depressing, and the level of which I was eating at was costing me, like, it was costing me a lot of energy mentally, and even, like, physically. I was spending, like, money, like, more money on, like, healthier foods, and, like, things that have, like, obviously you have to pay more to not be poisoned. And anyway, come back. Yeah, it was a lot of mental energy. Anyway, it just started to get very depressing, right? And I was restricting myself so much. That's the word I want to use, restricting. And this is where it gets dark, is because once you start to restrict yourself, right? When I was younger, I swear to God, when I was younger, right, I was feral. I did not care a minute. I would eat everything and anything. Like, when I was younger, I swear to God, I just enjoyed myself. Like, if I wanted to go smash a big pack of, like, shite 28p crisps, like a big pack of 28p crisps and, like, a chocolate bar, I used to do that after school, like, waiting for the bus, yeah, like, and it's like, I've come so far from, like, what I used to eat like, and yet I still don't think that that's enough, or, like, that's, like, that is, I literally have written down here, like, how far I've come, and I was channeling it earlier, and I think I was listening to that song, but anyway, it was like, look how far you've come, and I was like, look how far we actually have come, like, wow, girl, I'm literally not the same person at all. But then yeah, it's like I'm not the same person, but I definitely lost myself trying to become myself in some sort of weird way. Like I lost myself trying to become this idea of what a spiritual queen looks like, or like, it's not even about what it looks like, because a lot of what I was then starting to express, then starting to like what hobbies I was starting to pick up, like things I was starting to do, the way I was expressing myself, and the life I was living was actually all a part of me. Like there was a big part of it that was me coming into myself and really like liberating myself. And like, is that a person? No, I really thought I was a person just like watching me like that then. And oh, for Christ's sake, I'm trying not to swear. For Christ's sake, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, this is the life of me. I've come far. Yeah, what about it? Oh God, it's completely got. Do you know what it is? I'm just in the moment. People hate ADHD like this, but I'm just in the moment, babe, trying to have fun. No, I'm joking. Right, what was it? Started doing all this, like I lost myself trying to be this. Oh, so a lot of it was what I was. There we go. A lot of it was, you know, who I am and what I wanted to be doing for myself, and what I wanted to be doing for myself. I felt like I owed it to myself, and not even just owe. Like owe isn't the word. It's like I actually wanted to pour all this love into myself. I wanted to make sure that the things I was consuming was not full of shizer, and I wanted to make sure that my mental, my physical, my spiritual health was like as good as it could be, but that was too much. Like I forgot right there in that moment, and I always forget, and I'm too independent sometimes, and I'm too like hyper aware, hyper analytical, like that's how it all became. Like before, I had good things to channel that into. Like I can become hyper analytical of a rugby game and then play well, or like I can become like before those I was like slaying in all my like traits, if you know what I mean. Like before, I feel like when I was younger, I was just slaying in my traits. Had some hard times, but slaying in my traits. And then I feel like I got older and I came away and had all this time to think and obviously sift through myself and like my whole life and like all everything, right? All this time to think and all that. And then it's like, whoa, it all just went mad. Like in a way I was becoming so much of myself, but I was also then like, because it's like holding myself up to these ridiculous standards. I was like just really like being harsh on myself, like as if I was like God or something, and I was like trying to like, but then God doesn't even, what we need to understand, like nobody, who do we always hold ourselves up to, this higher power or this like something that's like we owe it to be the best little thing? It's like, no, you have free will. Like God loves it, of course. Like God, even God could be triggering for people, because it can be triggering for me where I think God, like it's not, I don't know, I feel like, no, but God, I feel God. Yeah, I can say God, I feel like God's nice, but I can see how it could be triggering for other people. Yeah, but it's because, you know, it's how we have just butchered it, really. You know what I mean? Like we've really tried to just, I don't know, but that's fine anyway. Everyone's got their own thing, and that's all good. But what I'm saying about God is that God doesn't need that from you, and God loves when we, you know, when we like do really good things, and when we love ourselves and we love other people and we're kind and we're generous, and God loves, of course, but we are God, and so therefore like we are everything that can ever exist, which means we are also, you know, we've got all these shadow parts of ourselves and stuff like that. So we are also, and we're human as well, as much as we are a spirit. Like the spirit comes down here to experience an ice lolly in the sun. It does. And this is what I was having these revelations. I was like, how have I spent so much of my time in a coma, literally bullying myself? I've been in a coma, bullying myself. I have. And I feel like higher me just came in with a defibrillator and went, calm down. Like literally recently, I feel like some older version, like 80-year-old me has just come back and said, hello, you need to calm down. It was 60-year-old me actually. And do you know what? Because I was listening to Once I Was 7 Years Old, and I was like, this was a couple of days ago, so it's all just been feeding in. I was like, when I'm 60 or whatever it is, there ain't no way I'm going to be looking back and going, oh, I wish, or, you know, when I'm dead and I'm a soul again, like, I have to keep tapping into that soul version of me that's like, girl, I'm here for the ride, like, whatever you want. You're the human that has to sit here and experience it. Like, this is what I've realised, and this is why I've started to have so much grace for myself, and I've just started liberating myself and having so much love for myself, is that, nothing even matters, period. Miss Lauryn Hill said it first. Nothing even matters. And also, because you're so young, is what I have to keep saying to myself. Like, who do I think I am? I'm 22 years of age. Calm down and be young. Like, it's okay, my love. And I need to tell you that, because I know that there's going to be people going through the exact same thing. And what it is we're all so contaminated and screamed at and shouted at by like the media and all these things anyway. And then for you to be going on this spiritual journey and then just have loads of, like, it's almost like loads of hands then suddenly come in and go, yeah, well, now you need to buy sea masks, and like now you need to be like, oh my god, like, do you know what I mean? And then it's like, right, only do what feels good for you. Like, going plant-based was good for me. It felt good to me. It felt right. It still feels right. I still live that way. Although I have been having like a weird thing with meat recently where I'm like, should I just have a little bit? Because I grew up on a lot of it and then I stopped so abruptly that I lost weight, and like I feel like I've noticed changes in my body. Like, I've been so fatigued. I've just been like a mess. Like, I've just convinced myself that I was dying. Like, honestly, I think a lot of people that know me don't realise that this is literally like what I've been coping with. Like, no, because I literally convinced myself that I'm gonna pass away. Like, no, and I mean it. Like, I really thought, because I really just thought like I was dying, because literally I was so fatigued. It was unnatural. It was unnatural how fatigued I was. And you know what? I don't feel fatigued like that anymore, or I'm concerned that maybe I still do, but I just know how to cope with it now. I don't even know. I think backflip. She did a backflip. I think it's a mixture of everything. I think what I've started to do is just like, I've dabbled in a bit of meat recently because I just thought, right, just see if you like it, see if you need it, see if you want it. I've been told by multiple people that as humans we just need it, and I'm like, well, but I don't think we do, but fine. But I understand what you're saying, and it's like there is one thing, like one vitamin that you actually can't get from meat. It's like B12, and I feel like I don't know, like for me, I feel like I do not need to eat meat. Like, I just feel like I don't need to eat meat. Like, I feel like I don't really in my heart and my soul. But I've been dabbling, because what I'm doing is I'm just liberating myself, freeing myself. I'm like, you are alive once and only now. Like, not once, probably been a million times, I don't know, but once and only now, if you know what I mean. Like, this is the now, and this is all I fucking got, and I'm not spending it, sitting here, moaning, like, I'm not sitting here, spending it, sitting here going, you're alright. I'm not sitting here, spending it, going here, sitting here, like, I'm not doing, you know, a madness where I'm not allowing myself to just simply exist and like experience as I go along. Like, what's the point in telling myself, no, you may not ever do that, you must get up and go to the gym and go to the uni and on the bus, and you must eat well, and you must like, I'm not doing that, because I hope no one can hear me because I am feral. I'm not doing that, because that is when depression creeps in and kills you. Because yeah, it's like, why put all these regulations on myself when actually what I could do is just see how I feel in the moment. Like, what about that? Like, I feel like I've actually never had anxiety in my life. I never thought I would be the type of person to ever have anxiety. And then all of a sudden, Spirit was like, I feel like God was like, well, wait, you don't know what anxiety feels like. Did you just say, wait, did you just say that you wanted, this is what I feel like with Spirit sometimes. I say, Spirit, send me a girlfriend, nothing, right? I say, Spirit, I don't really get anxiety. I don't even talk to Spirit. I wasn't even talking to Spirit, okay? I was just saying it. I was just literally saying it. I was literally saying it one day, and then, cheers to the magpie, such good luck. Sleep the sorrow and in comes the joy. What were you talking about, my darling? Easily distracted, easily destroyed. I was actually talking about something. Oh, you annoy me so much when you do this. Talking about me, talking about like bloody, because I'm living my life. Oh yeah, I was just saying that basically I never thought I'd be the type of... Sorry, I'm just burping there, really sorry about that. I never thought I'd be the type of person to anyway, like, just having... Anyway, yeah, it's like Spirit doesn't hear me when I ask for things, and then it's like, I wasn't even talking to Spirit, and then next minute Spirit's like, oh, did you just say you want to hear what it feels like to have anxiety? Like, I'll show you. She's like, here's an iced latte double shot, okay? No, literally, that is what happened. And I did start drinking a bit of coffee, and I dabble nowadays. I never ever thought I'd drink coffee. I hated it. I thought it was vile, thought it was pointless, didn't like it. Then I started to drink it, and I was like, this is like, it literally gave me the sweats, made me anxious. I was like, why do people drink this? And then I don't really have it often, to be fair, but every now and then I do. I like instant coffee where I can just put like a tiny bit in, bit of sugar, bit of milk, you know what I mean? I like one of them ones. I don't like the ones you get in the shop where it's like, blow me head off and send me scatter and I'm shaking. But no, that's so off topic, but what I was basically saying was that I didn't think I'd be the type of person to just even be like depressed, because I've had such such difficult times where I've still managed to like not be depressed about it all. Like maybe it was like a coping mechanism, or like an immediate like sort of like adaptation or reaction, like as a child when you're in like I must have just been like, I never really like thought about it. I didn't know that I was broken until like, not that I was even broken, like I didn't know, I suppose you don't know that what your experience is any different to what anyone else has experienced, right, until you're older, and then you start to not compare yourself, but even like people's situations and their households and their familial experiences, and I think the whole thing is just like, you start to then realise, oh okay, like there was neglect, or like you start to realise like, oh, there was abuse, or whatever it is for you, you know, like, sorry to be triggering, I hope that doesn't trigger anyone, but it's like you then start to realise all these ways in which you differ from people, or whatever it is. But I feel like I was always able to just be like, well, I know for a fact, like my friends always humbled me, and like I grew up in an area where it was like none of us really had anything like much, so it was like no one was really, we just did our thing. And then it was when I went to secondary school, when it was full of people from a different area who have obviously then had a different life and been able to like perform as a different thing. I was then like, oh, y'all are performing? I was like, oh, what? This is so boring. I was like, I thought we were gonna all have a party and be friends. Ugh. That's what I do. I have such high expectations for humanity and like experiences and like things that are like, I literally thought primary school to secondary school, I thought, oh, new friends, new classes. I'm like, yeah, new teachers, yeah, like it's gonna be so fun. Literally secondary school is suicide. Like, secondary school is horrendous, but you got to go through it to do your thing and whatever, and it is what it is. But I went to a school out of my catchment area, because the one in my catchment area my mum would not let me go to because it wasn't the best, bless its heart. Although I did return there for sixth form and I had the best time. I returned home for sixth form, thank Christ. I had the best 2 years of my life. And so yeah, secondary school, hell no. But that was when I first started to realise, oh, okay, I'm built a little different. Like, not built a little different, but like, yeah, you start to realise, oh, okay. But I still managed to just like, I don't know, I always had my outside of school friends, I always had my community, and that's what I think always grounded me. It's just always like being able to find myself in other people. And I think that I have definitely become a very different person, like a very different person. But it is in a good way, but I just struggled for a long time. So the main things I wanted to say is just that, like, I hope no one else has to go through that. Do not be hard on yourself, just allow yourself to be. You come here to live an experience. Like, as much as we go on these spiritual journeys and we're supposed to be these spiritual queens and whatever, it's like we are still human, and, you know, we are still here to just have fun and experience things. And it's like, you don't realise how much actually, like, you create your own suffering in that way. Like, we don't realise how much actually God doesn't want perfectionism from us. 60-year-old you does not want perfectionism. It doesn't care about how many steps you've done, or 60-year-old you, come on, have a conversation with 60-year-old you and have a little, come on, because, or 80-year-old you, if 80-year-old you could be here today as you, what do you think they'd do? Do you think they'd worry about an ice lolly? No. They'd go and get that ice lolly and they'd be buzzing and hop on a bike and have a, like, do you know what I mean? So I feel like I've rambled on there, and I don't really know where I've gone with the conversation. And a lot of the time I do these YouTube videos and I think, Chloe, you speak too quick, you talk about everything but nothing. Like, you talk about, like, you just, honestly. So I'm really sorry. If you've got this far, you know, give me a little comment, give me a little like, give me a little subscribe, you know, tell a friend to tell a friend. Again, apologies for the poop sound and the poop quality most likely, but the sun's been out, the nature's here. I hope you enjoyed what I spoke about today. I've really enjoyed it. It felt good to me to get that off my chest. And like, yeah, I'm just so proud of myself for how far I've come. And if you ever have any issues or you struggle with anything similar to what I've like talked about today, then please feel free to message me, because I love you and I want us all to be free. I literally want us all to be free. Oh, check out my Pensight page on my TikTok, YouTube. No, you're not right. On my TikTok profile, in my profile, there's a link to my Pensight page, and basically you can buy my private tarot readings on there. And you can also buy my ebooks on there, and some of them are really cheap. Some, like one of them's only a short one, but it's on there for £1.11, and there's ones for like £3.33, and then there's like ones that are a bit more, that are a lot bigger, that you can get for a bit more. But go check it out anyway and see if anything tickles your fancy. No stress if not. Check out the description box below as well, because I'll always put free songs and free affirmations in there for you. Free songs usually are like stuff that resonate with the video, or like, you know, the energies that are coming through. And then we have affirmations that are basically based around the same. So yeah, check the description box out below and give me a little like, subscribe, comment, all the rest. And I love you guys with all my heart, almost as much as I love myself, because I actually do love myself first and the most these days. And I'm so proud of myself, and I just feel like, oh, I was gonna say as well that when I started to restrict, it then made me like basically binge and stuff, and it was just like, not binge in like a crazy way, like in a triggering way, sorry if this is triggering for anyone, but I just want to say, like, don't put restrictions on yourself, because you first of all, you literally thief, oh god, what something was that, you thief all joy from yourself. Second of all, life's too short, you're supposed to be free, and I love you so much. And you'll only feel guilty for, like, you'll feel shit when you're not having it, and then you'll feel shit when you are having it. Do you know what I mean? So you might as well just let yourself have it. But what it is just play it by ear, and do I want it right now? It just, how about you just see how you feel in the moment? That's where I feel like I was going on that whole thing about anxiety, because I was just like, it's like I was getting anxiety because I'm worrying that I'm going to want something that isn't good for me, or I'm worrying that I'm going to, you know, and it's like, that is really where I went down. And it's like, I want to talk about it because I want to liberate you from the same thing. Like, I don't want you to do that. You don't need to do that. Like, literally, you do not need to do that. God, source, does not need perfectionism from you. Neither does your higher self. Neither do I. I love you unconditionally. So does God, okay, and everyone in between, all right? And so should you love yourself. I love you. I love you. You love me. We're a happy family with a ding-dong paddywhack. Is that give a dog a bone? Is that the thing? A ding-dong paddywhack? I don't think so, babe. Anyway, I've got to go. Get me cancelled, seriously. Right, love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Ta-da now, babe. Ta-da now.